Hello loyal subjects! Today I'm here to do my June wrap-up. So all up I read 8 books and then a few other short stories and picture book type deals, and I'll just get right to it. So the first book that I read this month was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and this was a reread for me. It's the second time that I read it and I loved it, I think, even more the second time reading it than I did the first time. I read this in preparation to see the movie, just because I wanted to refresh all the details and stuff like that, and all in all I really enjoyed it. The movie, A+. Then I read Black Heart by Holly Black. This is the third and final book in the Curseworkers trilogy, which I love so much, and I love these covers so much. I think this is my favourite of the covers. It was such a great conclusion to the trilogy. Cassel! I love Cassel. Seriously. This series has just made me fall even more in love with Holly Black, and I'm definitely going to be checking out her other stuff because this was so good. I would really recommend this trilogy. Then I read Spiritbound by Richelle Mead. This is the 5th book in the Vampire Academy series, and this is my first time reading the series. I read the first one this year because I went to see the movie, and then I got the rest of them, and I've just been slowly making my way through the series. You know, I liked this one. The series does get better as it goes on. I think my favourite is still Blood Promise, and now I just have to read The Last Sacrifice and I'll be done. And I think I'm going to wait until all of the books in the Bloodline series are out before I start to read them. I think I'll just buy the box set when that comes out. My thoughts on this series so far. I think it is a good series. It is. Okay, so don't get me wrong, I do like it. I just kind of have a love-hate relationship with Rose and the other characters. But I'll talk more about that after I finish The Last Sacrifice, and I'm probably going to make a review discussion for the entire series. Then, this is really exciting. I read The Art of How to Train Your Dragon 2. Foreword by Gerard Butler, introduction by Dean DeBlois, and the text was by Linda Sunshine. So, I have had this book for a while, but I wanted to wait until I'd seen the movie before I read it, because spoilers. Now, if you don't know, How to Train Your Dragon is my favourite movie of all time ever. It beats everything. So obviously I was super excited to see this movie. It was so great. If it does not win the Oscar for Best Animated Picture, I give up on the world. It was beautiful. This book is beautiful. It talks all about the makings of the movie and what goes into making it, and it's just full of some of the most beautiful concept artwork I've ever seen. Like, seriously, how it's just everything about it is gorgeous. And I have the art book for the first movie as well, and that is equally as pretty. But I mean, it's just like, yeah, totally worth the $40-something that it was paid for. Then I read Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. There was a lot of buzz going around about this book at the time, so I wanted to be on that bandwagon. I have read both Eleanor and Park and Fangirl also by Rainbow Rowell, but I really wanted to read this one and I didn't have it, so I was really excited when I got to read it, and overall I just really enjoyed it. Rainbow Rowell, everything that she writes is just gold. I actually did a mini review on this and her other books, which I will link down below, so check that out to hear more of my general spoiler-free thoughts on all of her books. Then I read The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. This is the 4th book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Obviously I've read all of these before, but I have been reading them to my brothers and sisters. I literally started doing this because I had no one to talk to about Percy Jackson 2. So I literally am forcing them to hear the story so I will have someone to talk to about it. And I just love the series, so I mean, you know, there's no downfalls in rereading Percy Jackson. Then I read The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. What can you say about this book other than it was so great? This is my first Patrick Ness book, and just from reading this I can already tell he is going to be like probably one of my favourite authors out there. I seriously, read this trilogy. It is a fast-paced sci-fi trilogy, and it's set on a place called New World, where basically all the women are dead and everyone can hear each other's thoughts, and it follows Todd Hewitt, who is our main character. And he is the last boy in Prentice Town to become a man. And basically, leading up to his birthday, a lot of shit goes down, and just read it. Just read it, okay? Immediately after finishing that book, I read The New World, which is the first novella short story thing that Patrick Ness incorporated into the series. It's set before The Knife of Never Letting Go, and it follows one of the other characters in the story, and it was really good. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on that book and that short story, then I have actually done a review on it, which I will link down below, so check it out. After that, I was at a bit of a loss. I was in pain, so I just wanted to read something different, something short that would tide me over for the time. So I read Dagon by H.P. Lovecraft. It is one of the many short stories in this big thick book full of a bunch of his works, and it's like a prequel short story to The Call of Cthulhu, which is actually the only other H.P. Lovecraft story that I've read. I wanted to slowly make my way through this book, but so far haven't read that much, but both of them I enjoy. So if you're looking for some H.P. Lovecraft and you don't know where to start with his stuff, I would say pick up this, because it's just full of a lot of stuff that he's written. So yeah. Then after that I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I do not own the physical copy of the book because I borrowed it from the library, so I'm just going to let you imagine the cover, because we've all seen it. Oh yeah, it's so pretty, so shiny. Oh, look at that ocean. I actually did a review on that book as well, which I will link down below. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. It was really mysterious, but I think the hype around it is probably something that brought down the shock factor, and I don't know if I'll ever reread it or if I'll actually buy my own copy. So yeah. And then the last thing that I finished in June is The Demigod Diaries by Rick Riordan. Because I'm making my way through the series with my siblings, this was the next piece in order. It has 3 different short stories set in the Percy Jackson world, and it's just a lot of fun. You get to see characters that you don't really get all that much time with in the series, and I really enjoyed it, obviously, because it's fucking Rick Riordan. What else do you expect? That was all I finished in June. I did pick up the Ask and the Answer, and I have been reading this thing for over a week, and I am this close to the finish. It burns me to have come so close to have read it in June, but obviously you will be getting a review of that soon, so stick around for that, and I will see you later. Goodbye. So there were a lot of people talking about it, so I wanted to be on that bandwagon. What? Stay there.
Hi.
Goodbye.